John Paul with Critical Paintball, and today we're going to show you how to install the Victory and G6R trigger into the actual G6R. We've got one of them here, and we'll be breaking it down, show you how to install the trigger into the gun. One of the things they've done with the G6R, they made it so the trigger can be removed without removing the gun, the frame from the gun. So that'll make the process a lot easier. We're going to show you the long and the short way. Because we are using super glue, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break the gun down entirely so that we can get to the portion where we need to put just a small drop of super glue. Some people may not be as technically inclined as others, so I'm going to show you how to do it without any risk of getting super glue on anything else, and then I'll show you the short way after that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the long way, and then I'll show you. So we'll take the bolt out. Go ahead and remove the trigger. So the trigger will actually just drop out of the gun. I've actually changed the frame a little bit so that it'll do that. On the Victory, you have to take the whole frame off of the gun. It'll take the spring out and everything. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little pocket in there where the spring would go into. That's where we're going to glue the magnet. But in the shortcut way, I would literally just take the magnet, stick it on there, and do that. But I don't want anybody having a chance of getting super glue anywhere they're not supposed to, so we're going to go ahead and take the entire frame off. I'll also kind of give you an overview of the gun itself. So go ahead and take these grips off. You can see that they're using a different board in here actually. And there's the solenoid. It's in the vertical position. We've actually got a manifold in here which we can look at later. We'll unscrew the back of the ram cap here. That pops off. Slide the ram out. Then there's actually a screw in here. That screw goes down and holds onto the frame. So if you look here, there's no external screw head, anything to scratch or dig into your wrist, hand right here. So reach down in there, unscrew that. Frame screw. Then I'm going to go ahead and pop the battery out, pop the wiring harnesses off, and then slide the frame off. Okay, so frame, you can see they've done some pretty cool stuff in here. They actually have an extra chamber in here for some air volume, and here's the manifold that goes over to the solenoid. Got the hose that comes back to the rear portion of the ram. But the main thing we're worried about here is the spring pocket right here. So now with the frame out of the way, I can actually get right to the spring pocket. So what I'm going to do is I've got my magnet here, which of course I have to make sure the orientation is correct so that it's reverse polarity and it's going to actually repel the trigger. Instead of a spring, it's going to be using the magnet to do that, so there's no contact. It's super smooth, real fast. So that's going to go right into this pocket here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get a little bit of the super glue. actually use the top here to pierce it. Pierce that. Screw this on. And how I would do this here is put on the end of an Allen key. I don't know if you noticed, but now my orientation is going to be correct as long as I glue it on this way, because this is going to repel. So put on the end of the Allen key, slide it off. Literally a drop. That's all you need. So then I'm going to go ahead and place that down into the pocket. Actually, we may need to get a little bit. This pocket is actually is shaped like a drill bit, so it's coned. So we're going to have to get a little bit on the edges here. So we'll slide that off, let that sit for a minute, let the glue set up. But you see there's no excess glue or anything running off. If you ever need to remove that pair of needle nose pliers, just crack it loose. So now the glue is pretty much set up. Maybe you want to, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to move forward. You may want to wait a few more minutes. I'm going to cap the glue. And we'll go ahead and reassemble the gun. And what I did here, you'll actually be able to see this, and this is what I was talking about with the shortcut earlier. You can do what I just did through the frame and make this process a lot easier, but I'm going to show you the long way, because I don't want anybody telling me that they've got glue all over their gun. So this way you see there's no way to make a mistake. The way they had this routed was through here. Reattach the harnesses. Drop the screw back down in the back. Put the front frame screw back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten up each side like incrementally. There's an O-ring on there, so we want to make sure that you don't over torque one, then go to tighten the other one, so I tighten a little bit at a time on each side here. Go there. Slide your ram back in. And there's actually O-ring back here too. So you want to make sure that that seats properly. There we go. A little bit of lube on there if necessary. This gun's brand new, so it still has lube from the factory. Okay, and then we take the critical trigger here, slide that in. Tighten that down. Now I just have to finish it up with putting the grips back on. Make sure you get the correct polarity on the battery. Drop that in. These new grips, what they've done too is they put a little ridge here to keep paint out of the inside here. Actually kind of makes it easier to snap them and they go into place. A lot easier than the old style. So there I showed you how to install the Critical Victory and G6R trigger into the G6R here. So there's the this is what it looks like installed in the frame itself. The trigger, just like all of our other triggers, has the magnet tension is adjustable. Actuation point is adjustable, so you can adjust where it actually fires in the pull, whether it's in the very beginning or the end. You can adjust your stop point as well as the angle. What we've done on this trigger is we've increased the range of motion considerably over the stock trigger, so you can get this a lot of travel. I know a lot of guys like to have a lot of travel in the triggers. This, I can even get more out of it than this. I've got this probably about the medium set, the medium point. So big improvement over stock. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can shoot us an email at sales@criticalpaintball.com, or you can take a look at some more information about the product at criticalpaintball.com. My name is John Paul, and thanks for watching.